Well, good day, mate. I'm here again. I'm having me. I'm having a. What do they call them? They call them not a pedicure. I'm having one of those things where they fix your feet. Anyway, I'm making myself beautiful today. Oh, I have to thank Australian government for being so generous as to pay me today.
It's Jonah.
And I always like to shout out to my Aussie friends how wonderful it is here to live in the Philippines. Of course, this is your thought for the day from down under. And most of you who are thinking of coming to the Philippines may well be wondering, are they all Australian over here? Well, actually, they're not. There's a lot of Filipino, and they're the ones that you come here for. But just remember, they think differently than us Aussies. They tend to get upset very easily. And they have a thing called tempo. Tempo means they're fucked off about you. And they don't really want to tell you why. So no matter what you ask them, try and find out what they're talking about, why they're upset, why they've got in a huff. Well, that's like trying to get blood out of a stone. And as we all know, there's only really one way. That's not to try. And that's the point. Many of us, of course, challenge them. We give them a tuppence worth, in the old currency, the old imperial currency. Well, it's not a good idea really to challenge them because Filipinos, they don't like confrontation. And us Australians like to give them heaps, eh? And we've got to be nice, buy them a rose now and again, give them a nice hug, be nice to them, even when you hate their guts. Well, it's not quite like that. But you've got to use your nut, eh? Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself up the creek without a paddle. You know what that feels like, especially if there's crocs around. And the point is that we really have to learn how they think for us to be able to understand how we think. Because you can be talking away to them, thinking that you're explaining the world's crisis in your language to them. Because they speak English, that's what they tell us. Of course, they don't speak Aussie. And of course, when you're talking to your Sheila, they wonder, who are you talking about? Where's this Sheila? And they say, over there in front of me. I'm talking to her. My name's not Sheila, they say. And they say, well, actually, that's right. It isn't. But you're still my Sheila. And of course, there comes the problem. Jealousy, envy. Don't understand a word you're really talking about, because the best way to find that out is to say, what did I say, darling? And of course, they'll look at you rather sheepishly, a little bit of a smile, and they'll realise they knew jack shit about what you said. So here we go again, we say. Start from scratch. We try a different way. 1 time, 3 times, 9 times. If you're lucky, by the time you get to 10, maybe a dozen, she's finally dropped it. She knows what you're talking about, but only half. So you have to start again. It can be rather confusing, really, but it's the joy of living here in the Philippines. Sorry I look like Popeye today. I forgot to put my top plastic in, but never mind. There's always tomorrow, isn't there? You have a nice day. Bye now.